He also had gauntlets like Wonder Woman. This guy's a good joke. He also looks like
you heard it from him.
He looks like Steppenwolf from Justice League. He carries around a scepter like Saruman. He has gauntlets like Wonder Woman. He can absorb force powers like Vectivus or Vitiate.
Yeah.
He hides a sword in his scepter like the Kingsman. He's a dude. What's up? Welcome back to the Nerdman Podcast. My name is Hayden. I'm here as per usual with...
Oh, I didn't expect to go first.
What's your name?
Victoria.
What is your occupation?
I'm a YouTuber.
Alright. Who are you?
Victoria.
And what's your occupation?
I'm a YouTuber.
I'm here with Victoria and Victoria. The people I'm usually here with. And we're here to talk about some Star Wars. You
Just
ready,
a
Victoria?
room full of winners.
Victoria, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to win.
Aaron, or non-Victoria Aaron, you haven't won this round at all, just to remind you.
The negotiations are ongoing.
The negotiations are not ongoing.
We're doing a lot of backroom deals.
Okay. We're not. Palpatine lost.
We are.
Wait.
Palpatine has killed himself.
I thought we changed things.
He's killed himself 3 times.
Hayden's really fighting us changing things.
We're not talking about this today. We have other people to talk about. Who are we talking about today?
Well, first I gotta do my job. Or I have to do Aaron's job.
Yeah, Victoria.
If he were here.
He got so mad that he quit last week.
He was really on the
He was really mad.
Sure.
I was. I think it was the most mad that I got.
He was mad.
I'm
for
still.
days.
Yeah.
Aaron is still livid.
Aaron's still.
Today we have Darth Nihilus versus Luminara Unduli, Darth Vader versus Asajj Ventress, Anakin Skywalker versus Marka Ragnos, and Arcann versus Sabine Wren. Also, I skipped the step. For those of y'all just now watching this, me and Hayden created a 128 seed tournament using Star Wars characters, Jedi, Sith, and good with gun.
No, that was me and Aaron that did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron and I guess.
Yeah.
That's the proper English.
Hayden and Aaron.
What is the proper English? What is English?
It would be Aaron and I.
Yeah.
Because then you can cut the Aaron out of it, and then it would still be I made this.
Learning new things from Aaron.
You still have to be the subject. Yeah. Since you're talking about the subject, it would still be I.
I am the subject.
Oh my gosh. Move on.
Basically that. Jedi Sith, good with gun, and then Aaron and Hayden present them. From Castlevania? Yeah, okay.
My favorite character from Castlevania, thanks to BDG.
Yeah, Coyote with gun. Hayden and Aaron present their characters, argue vehemently. Victoria renders a final judgment.
Depends how we're feeling.
Sometimes pretty chill.
Yeah. Like today for 3/4 of it.
Yeah. And then Victoria renders the final judgment.
I do that. Well, you do that.
Oh, I'm not a child.
Wait, we do that?
Victoria Prima.
Oh, okay. So I
Prime
do that.
Victoria.
Yeah.
The original.
That makes me a Victoria Secunda.
You remember those guys in
Latin.
What is that? Invincible? You remember the clones of each other in Invincible that always argue who's the original?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, they're not clones. Yeah, they are clones.
One's a clone.
Well, one's a clone.
I thought you were going,
but they continue.
I thought you were going
in
the direction of duplicate for a second.
No.
Yeah, no. The Mauler twins.
Yes, the Molar twins.
Yeah, who keep cloning themselves and then are constantly wondering who's the original.
There may actually not be an original anymore.
No, not anymore.
No,
there's
they're
definitely
they're
not.
both clones.
They're definitely clones.
Yeah. Did you see the TikTok I sent you?
Which
today?
one?
About the
No,
death
I did
of
not.
the Justice League?
No, I did not.
Please elaborate, because it seems like you guys are having a one-sided conversation right now.
I'll have to show you the TikTok, and my phone is over there. So we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Death of Justice League is an upcoming DC comic that looks bomb. but it's supposed to like celebrate those like B-list characters, you know,
Like the Mauler twins?
No, because that's not DC. Noob.
I want the Mauler
Can you
twins in
believe this
DC.
guy?
I want the Mauler
Yes.
twins. Dude,
Exactly.
in the first episode, those people that came down there were the Justice League, and you know it.
They were, but then they all died.
Spoilers for Invincible. That Omni-Man just
died.
murdered
They did.
in the most brutal fashion possible.
But yeah, so apparently it's like the Justice League are supposed to die. I don't know. You know,
Or is this going to be like
as if they haven't already? I don't think has Batman ever died. Do you think in the comic books?
I think he definitely has.
Unsure.
He's got to die.
In the mention.
Technically, Bruce Wayne has died
I
whenever
mean,
Thomas
did
Wayne
kill
became
him.
Batman.
That's a different universe, though.
Yeah.
We did.
We did.
Certain
In the
different
Nerd
universes
In
he's
the
died.
Nerd universe.
Yeah.
During the Darkest Night, I think he died.
No, that was.
During
That was-
Deceased and Darkest Night, I think Batman died.
Anyways,
Because
it's
in
supposed
Darkest
to
Night,
celebrate,
when
like,
Flash died, it was over.
it's supposed to celebrate like the B-list dudes.
Hmm.
You know, kind of like Secret Empire,
Like Nova.
like Secret Empire. Remember?
Yeah.
You remember Secret Empire?
Yeah, of course. Is it up there?
It's up
Yeah,
there,
it's right
yeah.
there. Up there in
No.
that top right.
Where like the main heroes that took part in that were not
Either dead
Oh.
or
Yeah.
bad.
or trapped,
Yes.
but it was like yeah. Anyways, we're talking about Star Wars.
Yes, you
We have
did.
Star Wars to do.
Hard.
Woo! I mean, Aaron's been doing Star Wars pretty much nonstop since yesterday, hasn't
Yes. Lego Skywalker Saga came out.
Yes.
And I guess now it's over. It's been out for over a week, but I mean, I'm nonstop on that.
he? Nonstop. He's still playing it right now as you're watching this.
Yeah, no. I mentioned Duplicate earlier. I'm kind of like Duplicate.
One
Oh
of
wait,
them
no.
is-
Aaron's playing.
Whoa.
Aaron is playing right now. Victoria Secunda is here recording with everybody.
Things are getting very confusing. Things are getting
So
wild
meta.
at Kyle's house.
Things are getting wild at Caillou. Where do you want to start? Obviously, that one has to go last. You want
Let's
to do
go-
this one
Let's
first?
go Nihilus versus Luminara.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Let's go. It's going to be a good day.
I'm glad you're
I got it.
excited.
I gotta scroll back a few pages because I
Yeah.
did not do any new research on this character.
I'm not surprizzled.
She's right here. If you can't see her, I'm gonna put her on.
They probably can't see her. Okay.
If you can take a screenshot and then zoom in.
zoom in.
Here.
I
I'm just
noticed
gonna-
on with our better lighting and everything,
Oh,
you
no.
can read the back.
Oh,
during
no.
Oh
the.
no.
Oh, you have to hold. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no. It just kept.
You have to
getting
hold
worse.
her up.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I
Luminara.
just.
Yeah, there you go.
She won't fit in my crevice hand. My hand crevices. She won't. So.
All right, so Luminara and Unduli.
Can I be Prima now?
You'll have to
No!
ask her about that. Luminara Unduli is a female Jedi present during the Clone Wars. She was also in the arena on Geonosis. Fun fact: the best picture you can find of Shock T in live action doing anything that's not wearing a bikini is with Luminara Unduli.
It was in the Force Unleashed game.
Mhm.
She went after surviving Order 66. She went hot girl summer for like the next decade, I guess.
I don't know,
Okay.
man. Like
I mean, no shame to your
Shock
game.
T, looking up Shock T is like
It's a way to get into.
you find some things
It's a way to get into
on
thirst
the
traps.
main Google too.
You're like just
Like
a
second,
regular
like-
I'm like
Google.
you scroll down a little bit. It's like, oh, that's not okay. I can't
Yeah.
use that. But Luminara Unduli, she dressed more modestly. She has a headdress.
She dressed like Shock T in canon.
Exactly.
Ah.
She was a commanded clone army group and technically survived Order 66.
Did
Good
she
for her.
technically survive?
Yeah, she's the one with the bones.
Oh yeah, because she got captured.
Yeah. So she technically survived Order 66, but Palpatine.
She was
And
also
then-
murdered her.
Yeah, and
She
then
was also on Kashyyyk.
used her bones to attract other Jedi.
She was in
Palpatine
the
did that?
Yes.
I'm no longer on your side for him.
Kanan and Ezra are the ones that found her.
Dead
Oh.
body.
Actually, it was led by the Grand Inquisitor. The Grand Inquisitor was kind of implied that the guy did this, and that he definitely didn't do it.
Yeah.
She was also on. She was in the same place as Yoda whenever Order
The
66 happened. She was down on the beach.
With the Wookiees.
Yeah, no.
You can see her in like the pan shot of the beach. You can see her for a brief second conferring with the Wookiee chief.
Oh, okay.
The Wookiees.
Yes.
All right.
The droid attack on the Wookiees.
She apparently is extremely powerful, and few can match her power within the Jedi Order at that time. Able to.
What is that weird ass pause?
It's like, that was a statement that I don't entirely believe in. But I don't hate Luminara and Unduli. She's cool. She do things. And like in a good way, except for her like training of her apprentice. That didn't go very well because that lady, no.
That also is like the result. Do you blame her or do you blame Barriss? I blame Barriss.
I choose to blame both.
I put most of my blame on Barriss.
Okay, the point is that she's fighting a Sith who trained the planet of its power.
Yes.
So I'm just going to keep going. She was able to do a Asajj Ventress with one eye impaired and not having the high ground, which we know how important the high ground is.
And she also tactically lost. Because she was arrogant AF.
She was so powerful that her bones radiated power for the years after she died.
It's like carbon scoring. Not carbon scoring. That's like the blast.
Man's a history.
It's not carbon. Carbon scoring is whenever they shoot a blaster at something and then there's residue. Carbon dating. It's like carbon dating.
This is where you're the beta.
This is why I'm Secunda.
Yes.
And not Prima. Okay.
You're the alpha now.
I'm alpha. I was what? No.
She was already.
Yeah, you're an
she was
alpha.
already She was the first.
I was already.
Are you an alpha female?
No.
Aaron, are you a beta male?
I
I'm
have
so
no
confused.
idea.
I don't understand.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know what that would be. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
even
don't-
is
not
an
the beta
alpha
male.
female?
I think
Me too.
I took
You don't
one
need no
quiz
man.
as a joke, and I got an omega. It was an
Nice.
omega.
The lower on the totem pole, the better. I feel like if you're
Yeah, I feel
if you're an
better
actual
about myself.
human being, you want to be the lowest on there. But
You want, yeah.
throw out Nihilus' stuff so we can move on.
I have Darth Nihilus. He looks like the main. He kind of reminds me of the main villain from Spirited Away.
Or Shy Guy.
Oh, Shy Guy.
Kind of
He
the
does.
black Shy Guy.
He does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the black robes.
He's got
and
like
stuff.
a white mask with red paint on it.
Yeah, I mean Shy Guy doesn't have. Only Spear guys have paint like that in Yoshi's Island. Dude, I love Shy Guy. You know
I
this.
know.
Yeah, he always plays a Shy
Aaron
Guy.
says that he would like to cosplay a Shy Guy.
I would. It would. It seems fairly simple.
Maybe
too.
we should ask Aaron about that next time when he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
He's talking, Segunda.
Can you? No. He lost everything in the Mandalorian Wars, and survived after the Jedi superweapon left his planet desolate. He survived for
Jedi
several
super
years.
weapon.
I didn't know what the Jedi superweapon. I didn't play.
It's like
I
it's
didn't play
gone too
Kotar.
far, didn't it?
I didn't play Knights of the Old Republic, so I don't know what it was.
And don't worry, I have a Knights of the Old Republic character later.
Okay. Did they talk about the Jedi superweapon?
No.
Okay. He was found by later Darth Treya, and he was taken in. I'm gonna skip past most of this. He formed a triumvirate within the Sith Empire with Darth Treya and Darth Sion. Those other two are irrelevant at this current point in time.
They're also here.
Yeah, they are also in this round. Does Treya
roaming.
move on?
We're not entirely sure where they are. I lost track of them.
There's Darth Sion. He's fighting Boss.
There's probably nothing scarier than saying, there's Darth Sion, and then turning around. Because if he was actually, he's terrifying to look at. He's like a half zombie
Yeah.
kind of guy, and he has one eye.
Would you rather turn around and see Darth Nihilus?
No.
Like an ominous shadow
No.
standing over you?
No, because I feel like Darth Nihilus is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
And just like a cloak, a floating
I'd
cloak.
rather-
That's how I imagine him.
I'd rather Treya be behind me because Treya's more chill
But
than
she's
those
also
two.
blind.
And she's also a Jedi.
Used to be.
No, she's at the end. She's a Jedi too. She has a yeah. It's like an
She's
opposite
like
of a
the-
bell
the
curve.
U-curve here.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
It's like
They
the
formed that
big stuff.
triumvirate. And then he and Scion kicked out Traya and then took her power away from her. Then she helped them go after and stop all of them. How did he do it? He and Scion almost wiped out the Jedi Order by themselves. He ate a planet at one point by absorbing all of the power because he is the Lord of Hunger. And he constantly yearns for more power to take from people.
It's like Thanos.
Not...
The one scene of Thanos when he gets all of the
stones. That's how he was when he was destroying a planet. Yeah. He was later churched by Kreia, aka Traya, and then was killed by a group of Jedi and the top Jedi and top Mandalorians.
Was Revan involved?
Wasn't Revan involved?
That was around that same time.
Wasn't this is Knights of the Old Republic 2. Wasn't Revan Knights of the Old Republic 1?
I never played the game.
Because he ended the Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah, he did.
This guy starts with the Mandalorian Wars.
The Mandalorians, so.
Yeah, this guy started with the Mandalorian Wars.
Okay.
So I think he was after like Revan died the first time. His form is the devil's number, which is not a lightsaber form that is in canon.
It's just him.
It focuses on defense with aggressive offense, so it's kind of like a mixture of Form 3 and Form 5.
I don't know how you add 5 and 3 to get that number.
I don't know. He has all of the Sith powers, and he's really good at taking energy away from people.
All the power.
He's one of the most powerful Sith Lords of all time. And was able to, whenever he defeated Traya, he kind of did most of the work. Whenever he defeated Traya, he overwhelmed her by himself.
You know what kind of sucks for Luminara here?
What?
Is that, her bones and her body is so powerful in the Force that, like, it radiated Force power across the universe for years.
Yeah.
This dude eats Force power.
Stop eating your hair.
I have like hair in my mouth. I can't get it out. And it's bothering me.
I'm trying to respect what you're saying, but you just keep eating it.
Anyways, but so like she's like her body is so powerful in the Force, but this dude like ate a planet.
Yeah.
It's also his absorption of the life force is so. His hunger for it is so powerful that only thing that satisfies him is entire celestial bodies.
Okay. I mean, weird kink.
I don't mean to overstep.
I'm not here to shame here.
I don't mean to overstep here, but I took a quick glance at the tournament.
Yeah.
If you would follow my hand.
Okay.
Darth Nihilus.
Yes.
Luminara and Unduli.
Yes.
The winner goes here against either Leia or Pong Krell. He's not going to fight a planet for a while. It's kind of sad for my dude. Because then he'd come down here, probably a Ahsoka or Obi-Wan. But anyways, do you have any questions?
Should I continue going on about Nihilus?
Genius.
No, I think we're pretty good, you know.
Who's the dubs?
Who wins?
Mm-hmm. Who gets your coveted W?
It's probably gonna be Luminara. I'm just kidding. No, it's
yeah.
Yeah. He had like a look of fear in his eye.
He looked like he was gonna flip the table.
Don't flip the table.
Don't flip the table.
We'll have to replace you with another model.
Victoria Tortilla.
Yeah, the third.
Did you say tortilla?
Yes.
No, Tortilla.
Oh.
Tortilla.
I wish they would make a
Who's
tortilla
next?
me.
Who do you want to go next?
Anything.
I think we should do Sabine versus Arcann.
Okay. This is like my version of what just happened. Yeah. Aaron likes Sabine Wren.
I love Sabine Wren.
I apologize for
she's
what's
dope.
about to happen.
She's dope.
But I can't not do it. I must.
I'm on the lower part.
Yeah,
of it.
go ahead.
So, do you remember? We talked a while back about she's the Mandalorian that was like kicked out. She joined the Empire, created a weapon that purposely sought out Mandalorian armor, and then saw that they were going to use it, and then defected.
I think so.
Yeah, she was in Rebels.
Yeah, she was one of the main characters in Rebels.
Oh, okay.
She joined the Rebels group.
She had
fought with the rebellion for a long time.
Darksaber.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And
She's the one that gave it to Bo-Katan willingly. And then Bo-Katan lost it to Moff Gideon. And then Moff Gideon lost it to Din Djarin. And then Din Djarin cut off part of his leg.
Yeah.
So Din Djarin lost it to Din Djarin. and then beat Paz Vizsla.
A wily guy right there.
Where does he fight?
She fought with the rebellion, got the dark saber from Maul.
She has purple hair.
She dyes her hair all the time. She changes her armor and her hair all of the time.
Maybe that's why Aaron likes her.
She's very artistic.
The artistic and the hair color change.
That makes sense.
She also has a good arc.
Yeah, keep going.
She has a ton of equipment that is self-made, including jetpack, wrist repulsor, grappling line, paralyzing dart. Grappling line is plasma, so that when they cut it, it replenishes. It does. You can cut it, but whenever it is cut, she doesn't lose line. Not like the rope lines that Boba Fett and Din Djarin use. Paralyzing darts, buckler shield, flamethrower, wrist blasters, thermal detonators, explosive tape, explosive paint, various types of other explosives, paint rocket, other rockets, and an EMP wrist gun.
Wow. Okay.
Most of which, some of those come with like a very Mandalorian things. Other ones that she made up by herself. She's basically the most explosively well-minded person here. She's an explosive expert that creates some of the biggest, and like she creates art whenever she explodes everything. Her past round, wherever that guy was, beat the fire demon.
No, it's over here.
She beat the fire demon because she basically destroyed the arena. She's such a good.
That was a bad decision on your part.
She's such a good shot with her pistols that she can bullseye targets at sniper range. And for Arcann here, half of Arcann is metallic.
Yes.
And given the fact she's already
dope half mask.
he does.
Great half
Given the
mask.
fact that half of his body is metallic, it is, and she's already created a weapon.
Not half. He's not Darth Vader.
Oh, no, like this one's a clearly half.
It's right here and then one arm.
Does it stop at the torso?
It's just the.
Okay. But a certain
it's
part
the
of his
left,
body
so
is
it's like-
metallic. She created a weapon that superheated Mandalorians inside of Beskar armor.
Oh.
And
Like Rhodey in Iron Man 3. Think about it. Get there.
but mixed with
Just gonna move on.
mixed with Yellow Jacket shrinking a guy outside of a suit.
These are nice images.
That was what it was originally designed for. Then she figured out, oh, they're actually going to use it, and destroyed the plans. They were somehow able to salvage it. She went in, and then in a couple seconds during a firefight, recalibrated it to electrocute and torture Stormtrooper armor.
Oh.
And then destroy long enough for her to destroy it and destroy all files completely.
Good for her.
So, given the fact that she's able to do that, it is very likely she's able to create something to find out the metallic portion of Arcann, and then specifically target that.
I won't rule it out.
You want me to go now?
Also, I should mention Mandalorians are constantly innovating to have a ton of innovations to defeat Force users and Jedi. Like, he's not a Jedi, but other Force users, including all of the devices that I said. Basically, the only Mandalorian device she doesn't have is whistling birds. All of those are designed to fight Jedi, and she's more innovative than other Mandalorians, hence why she's kind of like shunned by them, like far after she's fighting the Empire. And she has extensive experience with Jedi and Force users. She especially sees that part of that point of view. So she has experience with Force users as well.
Yes. She has experience with Force users. But not Force users like this. Okay. I have Arcann,
Dramatic.
brother of Thexan and son of our guy from last week, Vitiate, also in the form of Valkorion.
Oh, so it's one of the twins.
Yes. I'll make his backstory quick. He and Thexan raided Korriban, the homeworld of the Sith, with their army, the Eternal Army, and basically laid waste to the entirety of that planet. That's where he got it caught up in an explosion. That's where he got damage to his face, left side of his face, and his left arm. They had to replace it with a robotic arm.
Oh, okay.
Which pretty much happens in Star Wars. That's just what happens.
They brought up in the High Republic that by that point it was probably better to just get your arm cut off because what are they called? I'm drawing a blank. Robotic limbs.
I don't know.
I'll think of it here in a second, then I'll say it again. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But those are actually cheaper than anything. Those are the cheapest options, and basically having your arm by 300 years before.
Oh.
The prequels.
Yeah. So they did this whole procedure on the battlefield. By the way, it's pretty hardcore.
Jeez. Okay.
So he after that tried to kill Valkorion, but ended up killing Thexan instead. Then he actually later did kill Valkorion's body, but not his spirit because it's vitiate and the dude just does not die. Refuses to die.
We've been over
All right.
that.
But his spirit moved on. He later then joined the Republic after being deposed by Vitiate's new body.
Prosthetics.
Yes, that's
Prosthetics. He was then later deposed by Vitiate's new body or conduit called the Outlander.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yes.
Wait, then why did the Outlander fight himself?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
As Emperor, because he was Emperor of the Eternal Empire for 5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then he joined the Republic, so he's a good guy.
Makes Sidious's reign look much longer.
Is he a good guy?
He's a
Arcann?
good guy. Yeah, Arcann.
I feel like he's a good guy by circumstance.
No, he joined the Republic. Good guy.
If
That's all
by
you have to
circumstance.
do? He just joined. Is he even doing good things?
Yes,
in the
he's defeating the
killing.
Eternal Empire.
He's killing his dad.
Okay.
Again!
So he
It's a circumstance kind of
he's
thing.
like, what's his face from Avatar? Who was like a
Zuko?
part of- Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he joined them to kill his dad.
Yeah.
This is character development.
It is.
Okay. He regularly laid waste to entire armies of both Jedi and Sith. Now, they were not as powerful as our later dudes like Rey or Ben in the Force. But they were far superior when it came to dueling prowess. Because there just wasn't... You can think about it, there was hundreds of thousands of Jedi, millions of Sith. So the Force was spread out very thinly over all of them. What?
I'm trying to remember that Twilight that he murdered before he got the robotic part of himself.
I think she's on here somewhere. Talon.
She is. I'm like, no, it's not the other one.
But the Force is like spread out so thin over all of these different people that they didn't have the Force powers unless you were dudes like Vitiate or my guy Marka Ragnos, who I will talk about later.
That's at least how me and Hayden interpret.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's how it makes sense with how they're talking about the Force. That's how me and Hayden see that in the rule of two and everything.
That's how the duelists from back then, like Malgus or Satele Shan, were such strong duelists. And then it kind of waned when the Sith went away. And the Jedi became stronger in the Force, not as strong in the dueling part. But then by the time Obi-Wan comes back up, they have to be good at dueling again because they're in a whore.
They're in a whore?
Whore. They're in a war.
Take the H out of it. Take the H.
They're in a war.
Yes.
Okay, so they have to be better at dueling, and like they.
The Sith are a higher caliber.
Yes, that's how like the Force power like wanes like this. But back then he was laying waste can't say it. He's laying waste to entire armies of Jedi and Sith who are far better at dueling than you would think they would be. And he's making it look easy. If you watch the footage of him fighting those people, it's like every step is just cutting down somebody new. Like, it's just ridiculous. All right. He could also use yellow force lightning.
Oh, he was one of those.
Darth Geen.
She is on here.
Yeah, she's right there. She fought Vectigus.
She did.
Yeah, she is.
She did.
Continue.
He could use yellow force lightning. He could also conjure small storms even with the robotic arm, which inhibits their force ability. Unless you're Darth Vader.
You don't need... I don't think it inhibits
It
their
does.
force
It said
ability.
it on the Wikipedia.
Oh, it specifically
Yeah.
does. Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously the technology gets better from him to Vader.
Technically,
Sure.
it would only mentally do that because you don't need your arm to move something. It just helps them
It
focus.
said it on Wikipedia.
It just helps them focus. Yoda said that.
Said it on the Wikipedia.
Okay.
Wikipedia don't lie.
Or it may just be a little behind date. Not up to date yet.
He could also mix storms with something called convection. Have you heard of force convection before, Aaron? You want to? Have you?
No.
It's when you can change the temperature of your own skin.
What? That sounds weird.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It's
To
not.
raise-
Nope. It's not just your own skin. You can change the temperature of other people's skin and catch them on fire.
Oh, I thought this was like a vampire thing.
No,
Okay.
it's like he has the force lightning and storms that catch people on fire.
That's weird.
And it's not just like they're on fire. Their skin is fire now.
Oh, like they're... Oh, he's scary.
Yeah. He also could withstand Valkorian / Vitiate's force storms. And we know how powerful that guy was.
Yeah.
He led the Eternal Empire to victory over the Republic and the Sith. The Outlander thought of him as essentially invincible. And this is the Outlander that also is possessed by Vitiate. Thought of him as invincible.
That sounds very... It's
I
very
haven't even gotten to
convoluted.
the bad part yet.
Okay.
The worst part for anybody who fights this dude. This is a quote from Satele Shan talking to Darth Mar, the leader of the Sith. What is it called? What is that title called?
Don't look at me.
The
Dark Lord?
The Dark Lord of the Sith. But
Yeah.
isn't everybody who's a
No, the Dark Lord of the Sith is the leader, is the Jedi Grand Master.
Okay, so Satele Shan talking to Darth Mar, who is the Dark Lord of the Sith, because they had to work together to defeat this dude. All right. This is a quote from Satele. All right. She believed that...
Exaggeration.
No. It's a quote. I swear. I wrote
No,
it
no,
down.
no. I'm saying she's exaggerating.
She said that no Jedi or Sith could defeat him in battle, and even Vitiate would have to adjust and learn how to fight him.
Well, dang.
That's when he's older. That's after he's
Sounds
killed his
like-
brother. That's after he's been the...
Sounds a
he's
bit
when
exaggerative.
when he's the Emperor.
We don't have this by feet.
That's it.
This didn't actually happen. Those are words from somebody's mouth.
That's
And
words from the Grand Master of the Jedi.
words from people's mouths.
Satele Shan, right here.
She could just be trying to really get it into Darth Mar's head.
Satele
Just
Shan
don't try to 1v1 this
mad
guy.
respected. All right, she is super powerful, as we know.
Whenever people say things, they have a motive. I'm just saying she could have totally been trying to get Mar to be like, get this in your head. Do not try to 1v1. It's not going to work.
You would lose.
Yeah. We'll do it together this time.
It doesn't matter.
So
who
it could
fights him.
have. She could have
Also,
been
he was part
exaggerating
of- He was
it.
part of the team that banished Vicious Soul. That is it. That's Arcann. Who do you got? Who's the winnings?
Or do you have questions?
Oh, who do I have?
Yeah, who's winnings?
I have... Oh, I don't bring any?
No, you.
Oh, I just
No.
tell you. Okay, yeah, that's my job.
Do you have questions?
No.
Do you have a winner?
Yeah,
Who is it?
Arcann.
Arcann.
It's really just because he can set people on fire.
That's ridiculous.
Technically,
dude. I've never
Sabine
heard
can
that
set people
happening.
on fire too.
Oh,
Yeah, but his is with the
She
force.
can. She can melt people. Hers is with technology.
well,
Next fight. It's not the Anakin one. It's the Vader one.
Vader, Ventress.
Oh, Vader's back?
In Ventress. We have both Vader and Anakin in this episode.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay,
They're not
I
the same
have
person.
Asajj Ventress. You may remember her because we're still doing characters that are relatively recent. Night Sister, fought Obi-Wan all the time. Dooku's apprentice, kicked out.
Yes.
Bald.
She led to the creation of Savage Opress.
Yes.
Lover to Quinlan Vos. Or rather, Quinlan Vos was her lover. But yeah, she's the one that has a really sad life because she was a Night Sister, then a slave, then a gladiator, then a Jedi, and then a gladiator, and then a Sith. Not really.
It was a long thing.
Yeah, and then a bounty hunter, and then like a Jedi consultant, and then R.I.P.
How did she die?
She was fighting Grievous and Dooku at the same time, which is the only time that has ever happened when Grievous and Dooku have ever fought somebody at once. And
Bad timing.
she took a shot. She took a shot for Quinlan because she was also fighting Quinlan, I think, at that time. And she jumped in front of Dooku's lightning. Now, it is constantly stated by several members of the Jedi Order, and especially by Obi-Wan, who has fought her the most, that Obi-Wan said that she could have been one of the greatest Jedi Masters in the entire Jedi Order if she stayed. It's also stated by several of the top people in the High Council that with every passing second she grows stronger, which is noticeably. She's just so powerful in the Force, which is possibly due to her being from Dathomir and being a Night Sister, because they're powerful in the dark side as well.
Yeah.
But her unique talent is that she just, the longer she stays alive, the more she grows. She was basically the top assassin for the Separatist Alliance, and embarrassed Luminara Unduli. She was.
She's dead. You can't talk about her. Like
She was more powerful than the Imperial Shadow Guards, which were a challenge to Galen Merrick, our Star Killer from Force Unleashed. She won several times. I always got. Every time she fought Obi-Wan liked to do banter with his people to like trip them up. She fully got into it. They were just flirting with each other whenever they were fighting.
It got a little weird.
Yeah, it was just equal constant. It was weird for Anakin whenever he was in there.
How did the fights with Anakin go?
Well, she was able to beat him most of the time because she fought with Anakin and Obi-Wan and like tactically won that fight. She was able to lock blades and overpower Anakin, Plo Koon, Windu, and Kenobi. Who are all two of those people. One of them is Mace Windu, who uses his passion to make himself like a productive manner in his duels. And then Anakin and Plo Koon use aggressive Form 5, which includes them using their physical strength. So they're also like strong. And she held them back with one hand.
You just keep down on Anakin as much as you possibly can.
She beat she was also able to blade lock against Savage and Grievous. And hold against them, which they're stronger than the other people I mentioned. I guess I did just down on Anakin.
You did. Keep going. Turn it up.
Well, you also
What else can Anakin not do?
you also have Anakin next.
No, I don't.
You have Anakin.
Oh, I have Vader.
Yeah.
Vader is different than Anakin.
Yeah, they're different
Yeah.
people.
Well, no, because Vader is stronger than Anakin is.
She was able to force
A robot.
push around 20 clones at once. And Anakin stood standing.
Oh, yeah?
She at one point got enraged and choked Obi-Wan and Anakin. She fights Anakin all the time, okay? What am I supposed to do? She force choked both of them and then threw them across the room
Mhm.
because she was like got tired of fighting them.
Mhm.
It was whenever the Savage plan went wrong and she was just having a bad day.
Mm.
In a Bacta tank, she shattered it with enough force to decapitate a Magna Guard with one of the glass shards.
Jeez. Okay.
He was just doing his job.
Yeah, he was just standing guard.
Yeah.
Um,
That's literally what his name is.
She concealed her presence from Mace Windu for a considerable amount of time, so that he didn't know she was there. Which, again, that's like functionally he's like the second
Pretty
highest.
hard to do.
Yeah. She reanimated several Gungans to fight with her, but this is likely a legend story. That's very likely.
Sounds
legends.
really Night Sister thing.
Yeah, because Night Sisters did like whenever the Night Sisters died, they would like be buried up in the trees, and then if they were ever needed, then they could like the leading like spiritual leader, the spiritual leader of the
Mother
Night
Talzin?
Sisters. No, the other one.
Oh.
There was like Mother Talzin was the like political leader. Then there was a spiritual leader. Could summon a spell that causes all of them to fall down, and then you have an army of zombie Night Sisters.
That sounds not fun.
It was fun for the Night Sisters.
That's Dathomir.
Dathomir goes hard.
It is something else.
It's the Rancors from like Book of Boba Fett and Return of the Jedi. They're from Dathomir. They're native to Dathomir.
They're native there.
Yeah, and they're far from the most dangerous thing on Dathomir. They're such a giant bad thing in Jedi Fallen Order.
I hate that bad.
Let's see. She was able to beat General Grievous in a duel, causing him to open fire because he was about to get like cut vertically in half. She defeated Kit Fisto. Fought evenly with one lightsaber against Maul and Savage with Obi-Wan also there.
Obi-Wan as option.
It was Obi-Wan and Ventress versus Maul and Savage, and Ventress had to give Obi-Wan her other lightsaber. So she fought evenly with
What's
one
with
lightsaber.
Obi-Wan's using other people's lightsabers?
It happens is that technically you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, but he'd
You're-
be doing that.
And then he did a cut he's not supposed to do on Darth Maul. And look where that
Illegal.
got. Yeah, it's a legal cut. And he commented whenever he was younger, he's like, I don't see the point in anybody ever doing that. Or ever trying to do that. And then that
Why would you try to cut somebody in half?
then that got sad. That got sad real quick.
Hmm.
That did not age well.
Well, you watch your master get stabbed in the gut. I
It
guess.
is what it is.
All the rules go out the window.
And an enraged Darkseid amplified Quinlan Voss. She was able to defend against him while actively trying to get him to stop trying to kill her and not killing him.
Please stop.
Essentially, yes. Oh, yes, here's the list of people who have stated that she constantly grows more powerful. Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Quinlan Voss, and it's whenever Obi-Wan said it, it was confirmed by the High Council.
If she did,
Yes.
Yeah.
who killed her?
She was fighting Grievous and Dooku at the same time.
Oh yeah, you said
Yeah,
that.
and then she jumped in front of Dooku's lightning.
Well done.
You know.
I should also, the council also personally selected her to after Quinlan Voss went in there to try to assassinate Dooku, and then that failed horribly. And then there's a bit of drama in there. She went into the Jedi Grand Temple, went up to the High Council, and then was selected by the High Council to go in there, rescue Voss, and kill Dooku. Personally.
You done?
Yes.
I have Darth Vader, literally the guy that in pretty much any video game or movie, when he shows up, you just sort of run away.
Unless
Literally.
unless you're his son.
Yeah, unless you're Luke
That's
Skywalker,
true.
you either run away or die, or run away and die. Those are your only two options.
Dude, continue. I'm trying to think of the line.
So he started off right when Anakin pledged his allegiance to Palpatine or whatever, and Palpatine's like, arise Darth Vader.
You're going from whenever he cut Mace Windu's hand off.
Yeah, but that's not where most of the good stuff happens for Darth Vader. I'm just saying when he starts. I'm distinguishing when Anakin ends and Darth Vader starts for later. Anyways, so Darth Vader uses, or Anakin Darth Vader, human Darth Vader, gathers his clone troopers, storms the Jedi Temple, kills everybody in there, as we all know.
Yeah.
It's estimated that he has killed. There are 42 confirmed Jedi that he has killed in his Jedi hunting career. At one point, he fought 8 at a time.
Okay.
And those are not the younglings; those are actual masters and knights that he fought 8 at a time and killed all of them. And as just a reminder, he only uses one lightsaber. And can't raise his arms above his shoulders.
He can't go above here.
I don't know if that's actually true.
No,
It is actually true.
true.
Palpatine wanted to keep him weak, so he this suit actually limits him.
Yeah, but actually,
Like
what he
Wonder
did was
Woman's
he
bracers.
kept him angry and in pain.
Constantly.
Which, as a Sith, being angry and in pain is probably the best thing you could hope for. I mean, just look at Malgus.
Look at Scion.
Or Scion. Like, when they're angry and in pain, they tend to be kind of powerful. The only person he could not defeat in a fight was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Because Obi-Wan forfeited.
And I assume they're going to be fighting again in the Obi-Wan TV show. We do not know that yet, of course, at time of recording, but it is rumored. And if they do,
there's like leaked concept
spoiler
art.
alert, he still will not beat Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
You just can't get over that hump.
Can't do it.
Obi-Wan cuts off both his legs and his other real good arm, and then he just can't do it. He just can't push through that extra barrier. But he can sure go to town on pretty much anybody else. Doesn't matter who you are, dead. Like, you a Jedi Master, he was on the Grand Council, dead. Like, anybody, you're an entire army of rebel soldiers, you're all gonna die.
It's because he has daddy issues.
But then he uses those daddy issues to kill everybody.
Well, yeah.
He is a murder machine. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm reading ahead at Anakin's.
Oh. He is a murder machine. Literally.
He also has...
yeah.
He also has, like, I don't know what it's called, but he also is fueled by Padme's death.
Exactly. No.
Yes.
All right. He eventually does kill Sidious by picking him up and throwing him off the balcony. Type of thing, because he can't raise his arm more. So it's good.
Yeah.
All right. But during that time, since Palpatine cannot turn off the lightning, and I looked this up because I was curious, because I was like, why can't he turn off the lightning? Apparently, Sidious doesn't turn off the lightning because he feels that he is better than everybody else, and by turning off the lightning, it would be admitting defeat. So he just electrocutes himself.
I have seen, whenever he died, the last time, he didn't turn off the lightning and then vaporized. He didn't turn it off because he was, like, shocked this could be happening.
How many times it gotta happen to you, dude? Like,
ask his first child. Where's Darth Maul? Ask him how many times he's just gonna keep being like, how could this happen?
Well, Maul lacks foresight.
I'm more powerful than this.
How does this happen? We're better than this. But yeah, no, so that's why Palpatine doesn't stop the electrocution and ends up killing himself. But during that time, sadly, this was Anakin again, so I will just leave it at that. When Darth Vader decided to pick up Palpy, he became Anakin again. But that's how Anakin died. Was his life support system in his suit was short-circuited by the lightning. And game over. Because that was basically what was keeping him alive. Because he was effectively dead for a long time. On the inside. In the soul.
Well, yeah.
But that helps if you're a Sith. If you're a Sith and you want to be powerful...
No, it doesn't help when you're a Sith.
Be dead.
Having children.
No,
Having children doesn't help.
Too many attachments.
That's true.
Yeah, then your
and then
children
they kill you.
Yeah.
Then your children are probably going to be like, hey, either they're going to want to kill you. Either they get into the dark side and then they try to kill you, or they get into the light side and they're just like, you gotta not.
Can you stop, please?
And then you got it. It's your
Stop
kids.
with the genocide.
Yeah.
Right? It has to stop. But Darth Vader, like, he talked about that Asajj Ventress fought Anakin a lot. And was better than Anakin, right?
No, she defeated him several times.
Several times.
In like a
Anakin
duelist.
was defeated several times.
In a duelist setting, yes.
Several times. Just like to point that out. Anakin was defeated several times by Asajj Ventress and others.
Yeah.
Alright, but Anakin and Darth Vader are not the same person. Okay. Darth Vader is clearly more powerful than Anakin.
But he's not as good as a duelist, though.
It doesn't seem to matter. Ask pretty much anybody he fought.
Obi-Wan.
Does it matter that his like movements are restricted? Or that his force is like kind of dampened from the inside of the suit? No. All right, this is still the chosen one here we're talking about.
So Hayden, you also talked about Vader just couldn't get over that last hump
Of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. Ventress fought Obi-Wan Kenobi all of the time at the top of Obi-Wan Kenobi's game. And either came out with a stalemate, just kind of meant to delay him until she could leave. Or one of those times practically, like, statistically defeated. Like, strategically defeated him.
Yes, but... So Darth Vader, after becoming Darth Vader, after Anakin turns into Darth Vader, he spends the next... How long is it? 19 years? Until Luke shows up?
Until Luke shows up, yes.
Yeah. He spends the next 19 years hunting down the most dangerous Jedi in the universe.
23 until he dies.
And kills them one after another. He even defeats Galen Merrick at one point, who is the Star Killer.
Legends.
Defeats Ahsoka Tano.
No, he didn't.
Bruh.
He did not. You didn't watch it, Hayden.
Yeah, I saw it though. How did it end?
It ended with the temple destroying, falling apart around them, and then while they were fighting, Ezra yeeted Ahsoka out of there.
Yes, but
it was not a clear victory.
The temple still fell on him, right?
Yes.
What happens to Sith when things fall on them and they're just mad?
They walk away.
They walk away. All right. He is a full-blown Sith Lord. She is a wannabe assassin.
Well, don't put wannabe in front of assassin.
She is an assassin. He is a full-blown Sith Lord. That's Darth freaking Vader. That's the most famous bad guy in the history of humankind.
Okay,
except for the,
of media.
In media bad guy of all time. He can only not beat one fucking dude. And he even kind of had him on the ropes at the very end, but that Obi-Wan just sort of accepted that it was time to go. And then peaced out. Right? Nobody else can stand up against him except for Luke once he starts to dip into the dark side. It took Luke dipping into the dark side to defeat Darth Vader.
Well, she's already way in the dark side. So.
Do you think Asajj Ventress stands a chance against Luke Skywalker?
Yes, actually.
No.
She's an incredibly good duelist and extremely powerful.
Do you think that Luke Skywalker
you keep
and Asajj
dragging
Ventress...
other people into this fight
You're
that are
here.
No, because you did Ahsoka dirty. Okay, so I'm just gonna...
They fought. It was a thing. It was a very powerful moment.
It was sad.
It was sad. It was like
there was no clear winner in that fight. There was two clear losers.
What happens when Ahsoka fights Asajj Ventress?
Stop putting other people... Okay.
Stalemated.
There's only one fight that should actually be going on, right?
So what you're saying is it's a stalemate then?
No, I'm saying that doesn't relate.
Darth Vader stalemates Ahsoka and
Victoria's
Ahsoka
right,
Ventress.
It doesn't relate.
How not?
Because Ahsoka's 14. Completely different. Ventress is starting out her assassin career. And Vader didn't exist yet.
She stalemated a 14-year-old Jedi apprentice?
And as an
then
apprentice,
Darth Vader.
Hayden, it doesn't relate.
Darth Vader stalemates a
All
gray
three of
Jedi
those people
mad
were completely
powerful.
different. Whenever you're trying to relate them, completely different people.
The only person that Darth Vader loses to is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he only really lost once, and it was when he was still kind of Anakin. All right. Once he gets the cybernetics and gets like just years of pain and trauma and killing things, his body count for all living things, not just Jedi, is over 600. Personally,
Ventress is also said to be at her most powerful after she rejects the dark side, and in her like final moments, she had the chance to re-accept the dark side and take in all of that power again, and rejected it.
that's what Darth Vader did. You tell me that Darth Vader... look at the rest of the Sith here. Malgus, Zombie Guy, Nihilus. If they were given the opportunity in his case, when his like life support failed, to accept the dark side again and live, you tell me that option was not extended to Darth Vader? He didn't choose it. And he died. As Anakin again. He could have easily chose to go back into the dark side, and I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
You know, these two characters did kind of die under similar circumstances. Both got
Sacrificially?
sacrificed and electrocuted, and they had a chance to like
Go back?
and they both accepted the light.
Yeah, it's just Darth Vader is more powerful than she is. In the Force, at least.
She's a more agile duelist.
He clearly has more Force power. He's a fucking monster, dude. He's a tank of Force power.
And she's a more agile duelist.
Dude, he pulls things out of space with the Force. There's nothing he can't do except for take a shower.
Well, no, he has a bath. Because there's that Bacta tank that he just sits around in.
Darth Vader is far superior when it comes to Force power, and then his dueling prowess is just as good as hers, if not better. And has been shown extensively in media just how much of a cheat code my man is. Alright? He is... What are you doing? The Blue Beetle.
I'm sorry, I zoned out.
He is ridiculous. Darth Vader is ridiculous. He is a cheat code. There is no defeating him.
Do you have any questions? Do you have a verdict?
I have an unpopular opinion. My unpopular opinion. I want the beetle.
Sorry.
It's my emotional support beetle. Yes.
Emotional support beetle.
Yes.
Look at him go. Anyways, what were you saying?
Anyway, my unpopular opinion is that Ventress, right?
Yeah.
Would win, just not in this duel situation.
Please explain.
So
It's convoluted.
it is.
That's a very vague answer.
That's why
Does she win the popular vote, is that what you're saying? But loses the election?
No, I just think that if she... Basically, Darth Vader, like, has a longer time stint of, like, growing and learning in the area that is his most powerful sector. And she kind of got hers, like, cut short because, you know, she died. And so I feel like if she had just as many years as he did... Like, if they had been alive for the same amount of time.
That's fine.
Frame.
I was worried about that coming into this tournament with Ventress, is because she constantly gets more powerful, but she got cut off so short.
So, like, if she had longer to develop, I think that she could beat him, because she does continuously get more and more powerful over time. And I definitely think, like, she would be kind of like Obi-Wan in the sense where they would like duel but like separate, and then like over time she would like continue to get better. But in this specific fight, she would lose because Darth Vader has had so much time to evolve and change and become like who he is now, and she's never like fought him before. Even though they get like prep time, it's still like
That's Darth Vader.
this is a new level.
And Darth Vader knows her.
Yes.
From a long time.
Yeah.
You know what she kind of reminds me of? Asajj Ventress. She kind of reminds me of like an alternate version of Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, I think it's kind
can
of.
see that.
I think they're kind of mirrored in Clone Wars every now and then, at least in like visually, because they're both two-bladed lightsabers, and
Similar fighting styles.
Yeah, hers is more Form 2, and Ahsoka's is more Form 4, but they both are very agile about it.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like they're mirrored of their masters,
Yeah, but even like
and
the,
like how
the
their
story-
masters like.
the way their story would have planned out if she didn't die, she would have ended up as kind of a gray Jedi
Yeah.
with two lightsabers. It's really powerful.
It was debated for some time that in like the TV show like Resistance
Mm-hmm.
that they were, since they didn't show her actually die on screen, they debated bringing her back to fight Kylo Ren. Which at that time she would have been like 80, so it would have been Mother Talzin versus Kylo Ren basically.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been dope in both of their primes.
Yeah, it would have been, but unfortunately,
No.
not to be. We have the last one.
Hey, you're the lower seat here.
Yes, I do have the lower seat. I have Marka Ragnos.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yes, he's over here. He's fighting Anakin Skywalker. So, Marka Ragnos. If you look up a picture of Marka Ragnos, he's just the most terrifying looking Sith Lord of all
Sleep
time.
paralysis.
Sleep paralysis demon, my guy. He's also the one that identified Vitiate when he was a young child.
Okay.
All right, so
But did not personally train him.
he did not. He just identified him.
He
and
just
gave
said,
him
"Hey,
the rank of master
train that guy."
or Darth."
Mm.
Right. He lived as a Force ghost within his tomb for thousands of years, over 5,000 years, at least. He lived for about 100 years as a live man, or a mixture of Sith and human, and then died peacefully at old age. Of old age, as a Sith Lord. You kidding me right now? That don't happen. All right.
I don't think it
just
was it
die of
confirmed
old
that he
age.
died peacefully.
Wikipedia.
Was it
He died of
confirmed?
old age.
He died of old
Died
age,
of
yes,
old
but that
age.
doesn't mean he died
When
peacefully.
he died. He got ran over by a bus, but he was
Technically,
actually under
Obi-Wan
himself.
died. Technically, Obi-Wan died of old age.
Yeah, he died before he got cut in half.
Yeah,
Yoda died of old age too.
yeah. They didn't die peacefully. Obi-Wan
You saying
didn't die
Yoda's
peacefully.
death wasn't peaceful.
It was pretty peaceful. Obi-Wan did not die peacefully.
Yeah, but he didn't get slashed in half.
Yeah. Still, he did not die a peaceful death.
Anyways.
He died of old age. keep it there.
Marka Ragnos died of old age as a Sith Lord, which is pretty much unheard of.
Except for this guy.
Vectivus.
Yes.
All right, so considered to be one of the most powerful Force users, Sith and Jedi, of all time. And before you say this, this is Aaron here. That was before he's like Anakin and Luke and stuff. This was said at that time by people that discovered his tomb. Yep, I said it.
It was a terrible argument.
No, I'm just countering that.
You gave no
because
specifics.
I don't have my phone. They had names. All right, it was like Kavar and friends. All right, but he is apparently one of the most powerful Force users of all time, Sith or Jedi,
Okay.
ever. All right, during his funeral, he showed up.
I mean, technically, Anakin did too.
He showed up to his funeral, and pretty much the same way that Anakin did.
Yeah,
but then
Anakin showed up
talked-
Anakin skipped the sad funeral part and went straight to the after party.
where they're burning.
yeah.
Right,
He went straight to the party with the
He's
Ewoks.
here to party, dude. I heard this was a party.
Yeah, I mean, he did like parties in his youth.
He did.
He did.
That's why he had a lady and
A wife.
kids.
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk about their relationship.
Oh, yeah, it weirds her out.
Their relationship was weird.
It is weird.
It's toxic.
It is so
It's a very toxic.
It's a bit-
toxic.
very
Anyways,
problematic.
so he showed up to his successors. There were two of them. There were two options. He showed up to them both in the form of a Force Ghost and then convinced them to fight each other to see who could get the throne. So classic Sith Lord.
Got classic Sith stuff.
Classic Sith stuff. All right. He kept his essence or his Force Ghost alive for 5,000 continuous years, living in the tomb, chilling, doing his thing. He then was still strong enough to possess somebody named Tavion Axmus.
What?
That's his name.
Okay.
Or her name.
Who
And
is
then
this person?
It was a Sith person. But then he possessed Tavion Axmus and then fought as Tavion Axmus and defeated their master Sith style. You know how Sith be. Killing dudes.
He just wanted to replay.
Yeah, he was like, I haven't played this level in a while.
He started a new save slot.
I haven't played this level in a while. I would like to start over. He used a Sith sword instead of a
Like the
lightsaber.
tradition, like the Sith
Yes.
species, like had a traditional sword.
Yes, it's a magical blade.
It's not
that
strictly
has-
lightsaber proof.
It is.
It's not like
It's
explicitly.
almost
Okay.
they are. They're lightsaber proof. But then it's also enchanted.
There's a reason they stopped using them.
Also enchanted,
You're enchanted.
and it's hidden in his scepter. And then the scepter is cool as because he's like, and it looks kind of like Sauron's scepter with the you know what I'm talking about?
You talking
Yeah.
about the tower?
Yeah, but his scepter looked like that too. It had the.
It didn't have.
looked like-
He didn't
yes,
have a
it
scepter.
Did. Yes, he did.
He had a mace, Hayden. He had a flail. You're thinking of Saruman.
It
Yeah.
looked like Saruman's cane.
You're
thing.
thinking of
It
Count
had, like,
Dooku.
the
Yeah.
the Batman thing on it.
Okay.
It had the little had the little ball on it.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Was that?
But that's what his scepter looks like. But inside is just a sword of sharpness and magic.
So he's not able to use the sword anymore.
Yes, he does.
It's just a scepter.
Th-
You said
it's
you
like
said
it's
inside.
like a sword cane.
You said
No!
inside of there's a sword.
It's hidden inside, but apparently nobody knows it's there except for him. So he just shows up with a scepter, which he uses
It
to
sounds
do
like
magic things.
it sounds like
Let
a
me
really
finish.
obvious
He
thing.
shows up with a scepter to do magic things.
Sounds like
a
everybody else
wizard.
is an idiot.
He's like Gandalf, but evil. And then he like pulls out a sword
so
out of his
Saruman.
Yes. So he pulls out a sword out of his thingy, and then he's standing there, and he's got the magic stick, and he's got the sharp one.
He's got half a magic stick, Caden.
No, it's like in the blade. It's like hollow, and he pulls it.
So it's structurally unsound.
No, it doesn't matter. It's a magic stick. He's fighting them with the lightsabers with the sword because it's lightsaber proof. What?
I think you should stop.
I'm not done.
It's getting worse as you go on.
Or just move on.
His sword was in the scepter. All right. It was also the sword itself was powerful enough that he could wield like lightning and stuff from it. Oh, it is getting worse.
I'm just gonna while he's taking a breath. Anakin fought Count Dooku.
No. It's the same actor. It
He
does
knows
not
how
count.
to. He knows how to play the block. He knows how to use the block button. Continue.
So he has a scepter and there's a sword in it. And the
No,
sword, he
let's-
can wield the
let's-
lightning with
no.
it.
It's a Tesla coil.
It's Mjolnir, is what it is. All right.
He actually wrote that down.
I
too.
did. I wrote Mjolnir. All right. But most importantly, he could focus his power to make him unwoundable in battle. That's a thing. That's a thing. It said it on the thing.
Nearly unwoundable.
No, it says
Wikipedia said
unwoundable.
nearly.
Unwoundable.
I did the research on it the first time.
Fine,
Wikipedia says
fine.
nearly.
I don't even need nearly. We're fighting Anakin, who died the same reason Ben Solo ain't here. The same reason Anakin's not going on to the next round.
Someone's confident in his.
Anakin died when he was like, what, 23? 22?
Whenever he took on the persona of Vader,
when that happened.
he was 19. He was 19 in Attack of the Clones.
No.
So 3 years later, 22.
Yeah, so he was 22, and then he was
Then he
was
became
Anakin
Darth
again
Vader.
for like a couple hours.
Wait, how old was he when he got married then?
19.
So he was like barely legal.
It's space. They do what they want in
She
space.
she was 24.
So they were dating when he was like underage?
No, they were dating at 19.
Senator.
They were dating for like a few months and then got
I
married.
think they were dating for all of 5
He
days.
he literally yeah.
Before they decided to get
Yeah, they
married.
met at 9 and 14.
Man, they really are.
Which also
a
respect to
whole-
Padme because she was queen at
They
14.
are a whole problem.
I will never respect that woman. Moving on.
I have full respect for Padme.
They are a whole problem. That entire relationship.
Her relationship with Anakin wasn't great,
Right,
but everything else she did was awesome.
He could focus his power to make him unwoundable in battle, basically as like a shield, or like what Vectibus does when he makes the shields that stop lightsabers. His scepter, back to the scepter with the sword in it.
Yeah. No, please don't do
All right,
that.
Stop it.
The scepter itself could absorb force energy in the same way that Nihilus absorbed force energy from a planet, but he could store it in the scepter. All right.
Do you understand that you're making dick references? Because you just keep doing it like you're not.
He also had gauntlets like Wonder Woman. This guy's a good joke. He also looks like
You heard it from him.
He looks like Steppenwolf from Justice League. He carries around a scepter like Saruman. He has gauntlets like Wonder Woman. He can absorb force powers like Vectibus or Vitiate.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hides a sword in his scepter like the Kingsman. He's a dude. But that helped him to
Still
absorb
going?
more power. The gauntlets helped him to absorb more power, and then those gauntlets were actually later stolen and used by Revan to help him defeat basically the entirety of Mandalore.
Oh.
He died of old age. His nickname, you ready for this? Anakin's
the
nickname.
most redundant
Anakin's
thing.
nickname
Wait,
is
his nickname or Anakin's?
his nickname. Anakin's nickname is the Chosen One.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy's nickname, and this was given to him. Jeez, there's a hair in my eye. All right, his name was given to him at the same time that they said he was the most powerful the most powerful Force user, Sith or Jedi.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
His nickname is the most powerful of the most powerful.
Super redundant.
No, it's like those people that you say this guy's the most powerful of all time. This guy is the most powerful of those dudes.
It's I told Hayden I'm rewatching Phineas and Ferb,
Okay.
and there's a gag in there where they're talking about redundancy, like the uncrossable river of uncrossableness.
Wait, you're rewatching Phineas and Ferb again?
Yeah.
Okay.
The unclimbable mountain of
I see no
unclimbableness. The redundant scribe of redundantness. That's the same vibe it's
The
giving.
most powerful of the most powerful. And then I have one more thing.
No, more things.
So when you know how he was chilling in the tomb for 5,000 years,
Yeah.
he had to get locked in there by 20 Sith.
How many
Working.
Sith does it take to bury a Sith Lord?
20. It takes 20 Sith Masters or Sith Lords to bury my dude,
Because
Marka Ragnos.
19 of them want his
No,
power.
because he died. Okay, so he lived for 100 years doing Sith things, being the Sith, like Dark Lord of the Sith, right? And then he died, and then he didn't want to go away, right? So that's why he showed up to his like
It's
other
like
dudes
a Force Ghost
at
kind of
his
thing.
funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they were like, "You can't be doing this. We have to move on. When you're not vitiate, please leave." And then he was like, "No," and they're like, "We're gonna make you." And then they locked him in a tomb for 5,000 years.
Mm.
They sealed it with Sith magic, and then
It sounds like it was
he's
just
locked in there.
a ritual.
Yeah, but he was locked in there
Like a
for
20-person ritual.
20,000 years until somebody opened.
Sounds
the
like
tomb.
sounds like he was a loser that
Until
got locked in a
somebody-
tomb for
as a
20,000 years.
Force ghost. But then somebody came and opened it. So now he's just roaming around. He could still be out there somewhere.
He stayed on Yavin for a while.
I would like to move on.
I think he actually got killed by Exar Kun. He got killed by Exar Kun on Yavin.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker.
Why don't you ever say that to him?
Well, yours just got way too sexual. So I
How?
There was just a
The
lot.
scepter thing?
No.
Stop it! Put your hands away.
Keep them where we can see them.
Keep your hands above the blanket. I have Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one.
Not as cool as the most powerful.
Yeah, but at least mine makes sense.
Yeah, he is the chosen one by killing all of the Jedi except for Obi-Wan and Yoda, balancing the Force between 2 Sith and 2 Jedi. Even though there wasn't even 2 Jedi.
Hayden, you know that's not how it works.
Okay. Let him speak.
So I have Anakin Skywalker, the main character of the prequel trilogy, born fatherless to Shmi Skywalker, kept as a slave for 9 years, until he won one of the hardest pod racing, tournaments at the age of 9. And then was taken by Qui-Gon as his apprentice. Qui-Gon got stabbed. Then he was trained by Obi-Wan Kenobi, fought in the Clone Wars, trained Ahsoka Tano, who was at the time of The Mandalorian, is one of the most powerful people in the galaxy at that point.
When did he fight?
What?
When did he fight Ahsoka?
Technically, he did fight Ahsoka on Mortis. But I'm saying he trained Ahsoka.
He did, yeah.
Until she left the Jedi Order and became more powerful. She became more powerful when she became a Grey Jedi.
That's because she was
clearly more powerful.
That's because she left when she was 16.
Yeah, exactly.
She is also not a Grey Jedi.
She is.
No, she's not.
What
She's an original Jedi.
She are
not Grey Jedi. Grey Jedi are a completely different creed. She went back to the original teachings of the Jedi to try to be more active and without all of the politics. Anyway, Anakin fought all of the most powerful people during that period, and then got tempted by Sidious because he wanted to save Padme because he had a premonition about all that.
that was put in his head by Sidious.
Yeah, but he still saw the future.
From Sidious.
No.
Same way that Kylo Ren thought he was talking to.
Well, Anakin still was powerful enough to have several Force visions.
Yeah,
without
not that one.
He still saw the future and saw Padme's death, and then it was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
From Sidious.
Shut up. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy, and Padme died because of his actions.
Yeah.
And fell to the dark side.
Well, okay, so she actually died of
She lost
giving up.
She lost the will to live.
Yeah.
What a dweeb.
I mean,
that's why she doesn't like her.
I've been thinking about it, and I may change my mind, but I don't know.
Can't just change your mind on stuff like this. This is
You
major
can.
things.
You can absolutely. You absolutely
Shut up.
can.
Who are you?
Aaron.
No, you're Victoria too.
I'm
talking to
Secunda.
I'm talking to Victoria.
It's
1.
Secunda.
You don't have to change your mind. We should rewatch the prequels just so you can be like, I don't like her again.
You should watch.
Remember Attack of the Clones?
Yeah.
If you want more insight, she has a ton of arcs in Clone Wars to talk about like her political stuff, and like shows how cool she was.
She also is dating an underage.
She was also underage, Hayden. Whenever they first met, she was also a child.
Yeah, but that's grooming.
No, it was not.
She was old enough to know. She was the queen of Naboo.
She
Why
was
she grooming
14.
this
She was not
6-year-old?
grooming a 9-year-old.
Yeah, that makes it better.
She was not grooming anybody. She was a child.
Grooming another child.
And she was
old
not
enough to
specific.
know.
And she was
She
not
was old enough
specifically
to
trying
know.
to seduce him.
She was old enough to know.
Hayden, shut up.
Oh, you want to talk about how angsty Anakin is? We
Hayden,
should talk about how angsty
this is
Anakin
not relevant. Hayden, we are way past an
This is
hour right now,
totally
and we need to
relevant.
go. No, it's
This
not.
is totally relevant.
Hayden, stop the gossip and let's move on.
Gossip?
That's all this is. It does not talk about how good he is at a fight.
That's true. He's
Yeah.
right about that.
Anakin is the highest in the measurement. He's the highest Force user measured. Much
measurement?
the midichlorian measurement.
Yoda has more.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Whenever they first measured him, they said the very first thing Obi-Wan said is it's off the charts. Not even Master Yoda has that
But
much.
then they came back and said that Yoda had 19,000
No, they don't.
midichlorians.
He has over 20,000.
Why is it... Midichlorians aren't even real anymore.
Shut up,
It's
Hayden.
like a new thing.
It's canon. He is the most powerful Force user ever measured. Not to mention he's post Rule of Two, where the Sith were more powerful, and the Jedi had to be more powerful to face them, and he was the most powerful among the Jedi. He has the highest potential among the Jedi.
Potential. It ends at 22.
I should also mention, Hayden's big talk on Marka Ragnos. Marka Ragnos does not fight.
I believe what I talked about most with Marka Ragnos was his scepter.
Yeah. Marka Ragnos, was very, administrative. What is that when you,
He's a politician?
Delegated. He was a delegator. Everything he wanted done, he gave to somebody else to do.
That's because Anakin is not a delegator because he didn't have the power to be.
No, Anakin was not a delegator because he didn't want to delegate.
Who was he going to delegate to? Ahsoka?
Everybody.
Ahsoka?
Dude, he was one of the most respected people in the Order. He was on the council, and you know.
Right, he was on the council for like a minute.
For several days.
He wasn't a minister, though.
But Anakin did not want to delegate because he was a hands-on person. The dude grew up building a protocol droid and building pod racers. Anakin's very hands-on. Marka Ragnos, we don't really have that much evidence that he ever was in a fight.
He was. I had evidence in a fight. I said
The
he was
100
unwoundable in battle.
That's that was just talked about. Whenever I saw that, was just talked about
in the
legends. That's canon in the non-canon. Let's see, where was it? Marka Ragnos was delegator. Most of the stuff he did was kind of just show up every now and then whenever they're like a power transition, just be like, hey, kill each other. And during his 100 years, whenever I was researching it, it was marked by him just kind of sending his enemy, just kind of gossiping to his enemies to try to get them to kill each other. Or like the people that wanted to vie for power. So my argument here is Marka Ragnos does not. He lived for 100 years. During that 100 years, probably did not have that much fighting experience.
The force.
And so does
he absorbs. He can absorb force from other people and other beings.
Yes, but that is a very different thing when the person.
It's basically a battery.
Yeah, but it's a very different thing to try to absorb the force from someone incredibly powerful, because they can feel that. I should also go on here, since I brought up powerful. Since we're taking them at their most powerful, Anakin Skywalker on Mortis. The planet amplified him to as powerful as he wanted to be. And this is the one where we talked about like the Force users. It's kind of confusing who the father, son, and sister, who are like the father's like the middle ground.
First time that we see Darth Vader.
Yeah, and like the shadows in the background, because it was like a premonition. The son's the dark side, and the daughter's the light side. At one point there, to test that he was in fact the chosen one, the father orchestrated for the daughter to kidnap, to take Ahsoka, and the son to take Obi-Wan. Unless I have that backward. I might actually have that backward. I think I had that. I think the son took Ahsoka, and then the daughter took Obi-Wan, because the daughter and Ahsoka are tight. They're best friends.
Best friends.
But at this most powerful point in Anakin's like force powered life, he was able to tame the light and dark simultaneously and make them bow to him.
So why'd he ever trust Palpy?
Because Palpatine was grooming him.
No?
Ever since he was 9, he was just like being like, "Hey, you should trust me."
Palpatine's a weird dude.
Candy.
Can I write that in Sharpie up there? Can I write Vitiate in Sharpie now?
No.
Palpatine's a weird dude.
Vitiate's weird too.
Yeah, but
they're both creepy.
Palpatine happened in live action.
We're moving on. Anakin, at his most powerful, was able to tame the dark and light, which the father said that the only person ever capable of being able to do that would be the chosen one, and the chosen one is prophesized to be one of the most powerful people ever. His power is debated. It's still being debated whether or not Rey is more powerful. But Rey is not measured. has not been measured because midichlorian measurements kind of fell out of fashion after, Anakin took a knee. Outside of that, he has fought countless people. Anakin's also learns from all of his mistakes in battle. That's one of his biggest virtues is that he constantly learns. In fact, one of the times he got beat by Ventress, she fell onto her back and kicked him over him and threw him out of a window, threw him into a hallway and ran away. That move was later used by him against Barriss, and he was used by Ahsoka against Maul, and he was used by Ahsoka against Vader. So he learns from all of his fights. He fought Count Dooku, one of the best duelists in the galaxy, and the only person who can get past Obi-Wan's defenses that in canon that we have seen. And he got beat. He was getting beat constantly by Dooku in the earlier times.
Got his hand cut off.
Yeah, by mid arm. And by the second year of the war, Anakin put Dooku on the ground. An orchestration sent up by Sidious to have Anakin and Dooku fight. Anakin easily overwhelmed Dooku, and Dooku got scared. And he has that pretentious look where he doesn't show you any emotions. He got visibly scared.
I think I've heard enough.
Okay.
So.
Do you have questions?
No.
Do you have a verdict?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anakin wins.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm fine with this. I don't want to talk about this man's weird scepter again.
Good. We don't either.
No, I'm so tired.
We should move on
I'm
to the
hungry.
next one.
Same.
Yeah.
Right, who do we have next week?
Next week is going to be a bit like last week. Kylo Ren versus Qui-Gon Jinn. Thexan versus
Jesus.
versus Angry Boy.
Angry boy. Angsty boy.
Angry and angsty.
Oh.
Angst / re.
Okay.
Ren.
Thexan versus Elzar Men.
Instead of re, it's Ren.
Elzar Man. No. Angst / ry.
No, just get through the list. Just
Okay,
keep
wait.
going.
Thexan versus Elzar Man.
He doesn't get it.
Darth Revan versus Ulic Qel-Droma.
You shut up.
And Ahsoka Tano versus Darth Vectivus.
Yeah.
This one's gonna be dope. A lot of
Good
fan favorites.
stuff.
It's gonna be. We're gonna murder
Yeah.
somebody.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys then. Talk to us in the comments. Leave a like. Subscribe.
Yeah.
All of those things. You can hit us up on any social media at Nerdy Man Podcast.
Yeah. Tell us who you thought would have won.
In any of these.
Yeah.
Tell us
Contest
that
with us.
Victoria Alpha is wrong sometimes.
Victoria Alpha is never wrong.
All right. Do not talk about me. I will just delete your comment.
Please talk about him. Please talk about
I'm
him.
not going to delete anybody's comment. I believe in the First Amendment, but only when it comes to certain things that we're not going to talk about right now because it's not a political content.
No.
Anyways, we'll
And
see you
we're at the
guys
end.
next week. Have a good week. Be safe. Things. Star Wars. Bye.
Enjoy Lego Skywalker Saga.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and Moon Knight. Enjoy Moon
I
Knight.
am broken.
Watch
all
Moon Knight.
broken.
It's great.
It's been a long podcast.
Right.
Yes. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.